coach's opening thought on the game, and then we'll take questions.
I thought both teams played hard, and I think both teams struggled to score. Good defenses and physical game, and really it just all kind of came down to me at the end, and I just made a big mistake. I told the players it's completely my fault for just when we scored, I should have called a timeout so that we could get our defense set, and it was just a very poor coaching decision on my part.
What were the emotions like in the locker room after what happened?
I mean, it wasn't any different than it was last week. I mean, it's two games now that have finished like that, and the one last week, several players could have taken responsibility for. This one is definitely completely on me, and so I'm going to have to get myself past it.
Scott, is that something you ordinarily do in that situation?
Yep.
Do you?
Yeah, it would be something I do. Even Coach Cooley reminded me before and reminded me after, and I still didn't do it. So I thought we were in a good spot, matched up with them, and I just didn't see the whole floor. I just should have done it. It's my fault.
After the tough loss last week, you mentioned that obviously it was hard to take that loss, but you guys did bounce back the next day in a big way. Are you going to kind of keep that same mentality this time around?
Well, I hope, but last week has nothing to do with this week, and so we'll see. It's kind of nice that you don't have to sit on this too long, but you also have to get over it and get moving too.
Scott, what are your impressions of Cleveland State? Some people might have thought, are they really legit? And they look like they're a real cohesive kind of team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, nobody around here was talking about that they weren't legit. I mean, we know they are. They're tough. Dennis does a good job, and it was just a good game. It was a good game between two tough teams, and it's unfortunate it came down to a bad decision on my part.
You had the 8-point lead there, maybe midway through the second half, and then they came on like gangbusters. Was there anything in there that you saw that maybe?
I think, mostly just missed free throws during that time. We missed front end 1-on-1. We just missed too many free throws during that time when we could have kept it. I think that was probably the biggest factor in letting them back in the game.
There were a lot of turnovers in that first half, but it seemed like you guys cleaned it up a little bit in the second half. What was your message to the team in the locker room?
I mean, nothing fancy. Quit turning the ball over. I mean, we knew they had taken 17 more shots than we did in the first half. I don't know if I've ever seen that. 17 more shots, and the score was tied. It was a miracle the score was tied. Thankfully, we were good defensively. They scored 4 points in half court in the half court. They had 23 points in second chance points and on turnovers. And it was an absolute miracle that the score was tied at half. We did a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half.